Hello, amazing grade 6 learners! It's English time again in your favorite class on TV, DepEd Teleklase. I am Teacher Krishna who will join you in another wonderful learning adventure. This time, our lesson is about making connections between information viewed and personal experiences. Have you already experienced watching a movie and found yourself to engage with it because its story is very relatable? Or were there times you felt that you were reading your own experiences in a book your English teacher asked you to read? If your answer is yes, then you will definitely enjoy this lesson. At the end of this lesson, you will be able to read information from the given visual media, identify types of connections with the text, relate personal experiences to the information viewed. Are you excited to learn about making connections? So am I. At this point, I want you to meet Amiro. He is a grade 6 pupil at Calapan Elementary School. I will be reading to you a text which narrates his daily activities. So get ready with your pen and notebook and be sure to take down notes. Amiro wakes up with the deafening sound of his alarm clock. He sits and prays to thank God for the good sleep he had. He hurriedly goes to the kitchen to meet his parents for breakfast. While mother and father are preparing to go to work, he washes the dishes and waters the plants afterward. He takes a bath and readies himself for studies. He gets his pen and paper and begins answering his self-learning modules. When he's done, he opens his computer and plays his favorite game. At night before sleep, his mother checks his modules and reminds him of the activities he missed to answer. He promises her to do it the next day. This is the usual routine during school days. Did you understand the text? For sure, some of you were able to relate to the daily activities of Amiro. So let me check your understanding of the text by answering my questions with the help of your learning buddy at home. What activities does Amiro usually do during school days in this time of the pandemic? Amazing! Very good answers, kids! How about you? What do you do? Show your thumbs up if you have also done the following activities: praying, eating breakfast, washing the dishes, watering the plants, taking a bath, answering modules, playing computer games. Indeed, you are like Amiro, kids! By the way, what other activities do you do aside from those which I enumerated? Can you recall some? Please write them in your notebook. Great job, kids! What you just did is making connections with personal experiences. I am sure that you are all rich in experiences, even at a young age. In the activity, you recalled your own experiences as a pupil and tried to relate them to what you had viewed. Making connections is relating the new information from any material that you are reading or watching to the previous knowledge that is already stored in your memory. For instance, you usually react to TV programs or movies that you watch, especially if it is related to your experiences and interests. There are also times that you can even identify yourself with the character in a story you are reading. In situations like this, you are making connections. Kids, you can make connections in 3 ways. Study this sentence. I play computer games after I have finished answering my modules, just like Amiro. Can you relate to the sentence? If yes, you are making a connection called text-to-self connection. Text-to-self connection is a highly personal connection that a reader makes between a piece of reading material and the reader's own experience. Wow! I am sure you are thinking of a lot of things. Study these examples of text-to-self connection. Oh! I had already been in that place. Are you familiar with the place? That is good to hear. Here is the second sentence. Her puppy is just like mine. Who among you are dog owners? Can you relate to the sentence? Good! Again, those sentences show text-to-self connection. Now, study this sentence. Amiro engages in distance learning, just like many other students all over the world. Can you relate the sentence to events happening in the real world? If yes, you are making a connection called text-to-world connection. By the way, what is that particular event in the sentence that is currently happening in the world? That's correct! It's engaging in distance learning. Text-to-world connections are the larger connections that a reader brings to a reading situation. Here, the reader is able to relate the events in the real world to the information he or she is reading or viewing. Let me give you more examples. Just like in the movie I watched, people hid in their homes because they were afraid to be infected by a deadly disease. Are people afraid of disease nowadays? Yes, we all fear the coronavirus disease or COVID-19. The local farmers in our province are complaining due to low price of agricultural products. That is the same news I read in newspaper. Have you also heard this news? Very good! You are updated of the current issues in our community. Again, those sentences show text-to-world connection. Now, here is another sentence. Amiro reads about Tarzan, whose characteristics are similar to the character of this new book I'm reading. Can you relate the story of Tarzan to other stories that you read before? If yes, you are making connection called text-to-text connection. Text-to-text connection is a connection between text. The information from the text that is currently being read is connected with the information from the text that was previously read. I am sure kids, you have read stories that talked about the same content or even watched movies which have the same themes, and even yourselves have the same experiences. Again, there are 3 strategies to make connections with the text. These are text-to-self, text-to-world, and text-to-text connections. Now, it's time to try your newly learned skills about making connections. Are your pens ready? Check. Are your sheets of paper ready? Check. Here's what you are going to do. Identify whether the given information shows text-to-self connection, text-to-text connection, or text-to-the-world connection. Number 1. You shouted upon realizing that the gift the character in the movie received was the same gift you had on your last birthday. What is your answer? Very good! That is text-to-self connection. Number 2. The characters in the K-drama that you are watching on Netflix have the same qualities with the characters in the story that your teacher had told you to read. What type of connection is shown? Magnificent! That is text-to-text connection. Number 3. The events in a documentary that you recently watched are happening in some parts of the world. What kind of connection is made? Great! That is text-to-the-world connection. Number 4. You cry, laugh, and get mad whenever you watch K-drama series. Can you tell what kind of connection is it? Awesome! That is text-to-self connection. Number 5. You can relate with your history subject because you are familiar with the information being presented, since you had read them before in one of the books your grandmother owned. What type of connection is it? Excellent! That is text-to-text connection. What score did you get? Amazing! You never stop to amaze me with your outstanding performance. If your score isn't 5, don't be sad. You can always review this lesson. I know you will do better next time. We had just finished learning about making connections. Congratulations! You all did great today. You can work on your own now. Here is your assignment. Write one sentence for each type of connection. It is important to connect your learnings to your experiences because the more connections you make, the better you understand the meaning it wants to convey. I hope you had a great time with me, Teacher Krishna, reminding you experiences are a rich source of learning. Have a great day, everyone! Goodbye!